Ollie Pope secured his 7th Test century on day 1 of the 3rd Test against Sri Lanka. Batter had been under pressure due to low scores in the series. Watch the 3rd Test between England and Sri Lanka at the Oval live on NYC News Cricket. I think everybody forgot he got 250s and a 100 against West Indies, was Ben Stokes' defiant message this week when asked about Ollie Pope's form with the bat. His stand-in skipper then delivered on his home ground with his 7th Test century. Heading into the 3-match series against Sri Lanka, Pope would have been feeling, rightly, very confident. Handed the captaincy in Stokes' absence and finishing the West Indies series as his side's second-highest run scorer with 239, the England no-3 had everything going his way. Then 4 low scores with the bat followed at Emirates, Old Trafford and Lord's. Pope only getting into double figures on one occasion as rash shots saw him walking before his innings could get going. The captaincy on his shoulders, Pope headed to his home ground with a point to prove and a will to contribute runs as the man in charge, showing that the responsibility he now carried was not having a terminal effect on his batting. After tentatively bringing up his half-century in dreary conditions, Pope then started to let loose, and now finally confident skipper heading in at tea on 84 runs from 85 deliveries on a ground at which he averages 80. Coming out after the break in the same positive mindset, Pope continued where he left off, and with his 13th 4 of the innings he clinched his 7th Test century, raising his bat to the crowd as he appreciated the moment he had been waiting for. Indeed, with the century he becomes the first player to have his first 7 centuries against 7 different teams, his 100s coming against South Africa, New Zealand, Pakistan, Ireland, India, West Indies, and now Sri Lanka. Most importantly for him, he came back to the Oval, said NYC News Cricket Stuart Broad. I think when you are struggling for a bit of form or rhythm, come back home at a place where he bats so well. He averages 80 here. He is so good in these conditions. If he could have wished to bat anywhere today, even in these conditions, it would have been the Oval. He was frenetic for his first 20 or 30 balls, and then he just settles in and plays. It almost feels like he is forcing himself to get on the front foot, and then he gets a few boundaries and he plays. He is a high-quality player, plays beautiful shots, and when you are bowling at batters like him, you have to get it right early. Once he gets in, he is always going to punish you and take runs off you. He was averaging 7 and all the talk was about him. Now it won't be. Was there some poor bowling from the Sri Lanka seamers and spinners alike? Most definitely. But did Pope take every opportunity presented to him as any good no-3 would? Absolutely. Under pressure, and with his point to prove, Pope was a picture of relief and a renewed sense of belief as the moment arrived under the murky London sky, and he heads into day 2 on 103, not out looking to only further what has been a catalytic knock so far. He started the summer well, but he has just fallen away a little bit, said NYC News Cricket's Nasser Hussain. I like the way he's worked at his game, and today he was forcing himself forward a lot more, getting in better positions defensively. He was still aggressive in the way he bats. He obviously loves this ground, which helps when you come here a bit out of neck, and you've got runs here for a very long time in first-class cricket. And in this England dressing room, a success for one is a success for all. Everyone's so happy for anyone's success in this dressing room. It is an incredible place to be, said Ben Duckett, 86. There shouldn't be, but there has been lots of noise. He has had a better summer than I have, and to block that out and score an incredible 100 was so good. You could see that from his emotions. Watch the second day of the 3rd and final